Hey guys, this is Billy with Audio Advice. Today we're here at the KEF Music Lounge and we're going to take a look at their amazing theater they have built out here. I'm here with Adam from KEF. He's going to show us around. We're going to kick it off here, look at their racks they got set up, and they run everything in the music lounge. We're going to take a look.
So welcome to the KEF Music Lounge. What you're seeing here is three of our equipment racks that actually run the entire building. To kind of break it down for you, we've got all of our distributed audio and bar theater equipment here. So we've got our surround processor, some streamers and parasound amplification for our bar theater. In the middle, we've got a lot of our sources, so some Apple TVs, cable boxes, Kaleidoscapes, of course. And then down here, we have something that's very special to KEF, which is our 𝗂𝗂500 DSP subwoofer amplifiers. These actually run all of our custom install subwoofers we've got throughout the KEF Music Lounge. And then up here to the left is all the equipment that runs the theater, which you'll see behind me. Again, more parasound amplification for the whole center. And then here we've got all of our Halo parasound amplifiers, which actually run the theater, which is behind me.
Very cool.
So if we're ready, I'll go ahead and take you all in.
Yeah, let's see it. Okay, now we're inside the theater here at the KEF Music Lounge, and I'm going to turn it over to Adam so he can tell you a little bit about what went into the design of this room.
Awesome, thank you, Billy. So we are at the KEF Music Lounge in Marlboro, New Jersey, which is the U.S. headquarters for KEF America. The really neat thing is this theater is actually in our warehouse. We were able to kind of build it with a shell within a shell to allow us to isolate from all the forklifts and things and all the shipping and all the speakers sitting out there. The room itself is 35 feet long, 25 feet wide with a finished height of 12 feet. And this creates a fully THX certified theater for us to be able to use to demonstrate to both our customers, resellers, whoever.
And if you guys are looking to design your own home theater, we know you may not have a room quite this size, but go on over to our website. Link will be down below and you can go check out our home theater design tool. You can plug in your room dimensions, speaker layout, change all your parameters. And if you have any questions from there, you can always call, chat. We're here to help anything you need. We have a 150-inch 16:9 woven screen, acoustically transparent, and then we've got an Epson projector for 4K video. Now we're going to come over here. I'm going to hand it off to Adam and let him tell you a little bit about the speakers.
Thanks, Billy. All right, so our Music Lounge Theater, we're running a 9.10.6 speaker layout. For our front, left, center, and rights, we're using three of our CI 5160 reference in-walls. So the left, center, and right are all in-wall. The center channel is behind the acoustic transparent screen. And these are our reference in-wall versions of our floor-standing reference 5s. To take you over to the sides, we're using four of our CI 3160 in-walls. I should mention these are all THX Ultra 2 approved, both the LCR sides and rears. These are really, really great for side effect channels or for LCRs in a smaller theater. And then across the back, we're using two of our CI 5160s, which are actually the same footprint as our LCRs. These are just not the reference versions. These are our standard THX versions like we're using on the sides. One thing that's really unique is we're running the left, center, and right and the 5160s in the rears all at full range, while our sides are crossed over all the way down to 40 hertz. So that makes up our primary bed channels, which we have 9 of. In the room, we're using 10 independent subwoofers. So we have 4 of our 𝗟𝗏 12s, 2 in the left, 2 in the right at the front of the room. We've got 4 pair of our CI 200 QSBs acting as side fill subs. These are actually 8-inch drivers, so we've got 4 8-inch drivers on each side. And in the rears, we're using 2 of our CI 3160 RLBs, which are a matching subwoofer to the 3160s we're using as sides, and these fill in bass for the rear. For our Atmos height channels, we're using 6 of our CI 200 RR THX. These are an 8-inch speaker with a 1.5-inch tweeter in our Uni-Q configuration, and they provide a height experience unlike any other. It's really unique in this room because of their placement, because of the power they're getting. We can actually create sound effects that not only have height but also have depth as well, which is a really unique experience when you're listening to movie tracks in the room.
thank you for showing us around, showing us the speakers. Now I want to talk a little bit about some of the design principles that went into this room. I noticed that some of this may not be traditional placement that you see in Dolby spec in a lot of theaters. And there's a lot of uniques that KEF provides that allows this flexibility. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what that is?
No, that's an excellent point. Let's start with the video first, because we're kind of up here by the screen. A lot of theater design of things will point out something simple like, eyes should be at the bottom 1/3 of the screen. Specifications on where the front speakers need to go and things. And with KEF, we're able to kind of modify a lot of that. Uni-Q allows us so much more placement capabilities that we're able to put speakers where we have to, but also where it gives the users, the people throughout the room, a just overall better experience. And so you'll notice with our left and rights, I'll point out that the screen could be bigger in this room, but after all, we are a speaker company, and so we wanted to make sure the left and rights could be seen. But you'll notice how high up our speakers are. A lot of other manufacturers, or even Dolby, and they say that you should put the tweeter closer to ear level for the listener. But with Uni-Q, we just don't have to do that, and we don't want to do that. Because of our ability to create such a wide field of sound, that's all perfect in frequency, we could put the speaker higher so that everybody in the room has a direct line of sight to that high frequency driver, meaning they're able to get the perfect experience wherever they are in the room. And so when you go from the front channels, being able to be at the center of the screen, which means that's where the most dialogue is coming from, where most of the action is coming from, that means the audio matches the video even better, so it just feels more realistic, feels more lifelike. That's the ultimate test of, is a speaker good or not? And then if you look at our sides and our rear channels as well, you'll notice that our Uni-Q height is the same as our left, center, and rights, which means we're able to take that voice, take those sound effects, and truly pass them along the room without any differences in height. So again, anywhere in the room, through all of these amazing couch seats, everybody has a direct line of sight to the high frequency Uni-Q driver. So they're gonna get the best experience wherever they sit. And the same is true for the Dolby Atmos speakers in the ceiling.
Right, and we experienced this when we were sitting in here doing demos. We could have the couch full, 5 people across. Every single person has coverage, both sides. You don't have heads blocking you on the side. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we want to make sure that for anyone who's building a theater, regardless of the size, we're lucky we have this huge room to build this home theater in. But for any of our customers, whatever size room they're building, we want the experience for everybody in the room, from the littlest kid to the oldest adult, to get the full experience. And honestly, really, it's Uni-Q that does that. That creates that realistic sound. Now, if you look across the room too, you might even be able to hear it through the video. Our room isn't dead silent. No. It's not just all sound absorption or fiberglass, things like that. We have a lot of really live surfaces, which make the room feel more realistic and feel more alive. So those mid-tones, the bass notes and things can really carry in the room and feel lifelike. We were able to tuck 4 of our Cube 12 subwoofers, 2 in each corner, with an angled wall that allows the sound to kind of bounce off and be more live. We've got combinations of scattering, absorption, diffusion, all throughout these fabric panels, all behind them. And then again, more wood paneling to kind of keep that sound alive. Up in our trade ceiling, we actually have a whole mix of scattering and diffusion panels, as well as some fiberglass for absorption, or absorptive materials, I should say. And so the whole room is a mix of different materials to try to keep that liveliness, keep that realistic sound. It's not a theater you walk into where your ears pop because it's so quiet. But all of that combined with our placement, the size of the screen, just creates an experience that when the lights dim down, you press play, and as you all know, it just transports you to wherever you're watching.
Adam, I know you mentioned this is a 9.10.6 theater. .10, that's a lot of subs. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you determine where to place them and how you went about calibrating them?
Absolutely. So KEF is an amazing subwoofer manufacturer. We make subwoofers that are good for every use. We don't necessarily agree with the idea of having a music sub or a movie sub. Every subwoofer we make is an amazing subwoofer. And we also know from our partnerships with THX and Dolby and things that having more subwoofers in a room is not necessarily about getting higher output. it's about getting more consistent bass for more people in the room. Bass waves are difficult. You need multiple subs in order to create this amazing experience. So as I mentioned earlier, we're using 4 of our 𝗟𝗍𝗐𝗲s, 2 in each of the corners, and that's delivering probably about 80% of the bass in the room. That's what gives you the real punch that you get when you're hearing an engine start or having an explosion, something like that. The subwoofers in the sidewall, subwoofers in the rear, they're all there to fill in that bass, to fill in those nulls we get where someone's just sitting in the one spot where we just don't have tremendous bass. Because there's a null there, those side and rear subwoofers can fill that in. And that's why we have those 10 subwoofer channels. It's about getting consistent, high-performant bass throughout a room. It's always a good idea to have more subs, multiple subs, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, if you have the large enough room to do that, to get that amazing bass experience.
Awesome. Yeah, you know, at Audio Advice, we always recommend the same, 2 at a minimum. If you want more information on how to place your subwoofer, how to get the best response and performance in your room, check out the link below. All right, Adam, I know you touched on it a little bit earlier that this is a fully THX certified theater. Why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about what goes into that certification process?
Oh yeah, awesome. So this is one of the only publicly available THX certified theaters in the country. KEF has been a long-time partner of THX. We have a lot of our products that are THX certified, whether it be Select or Ultra. This room, in order to get that certification, we actually had some THX engineers come out and actually measure the room, listen to the room, do some fine adjustments and things, and we found that we were able to achieve the dominance rating. So THX ratings, by the way, for rooms is all based on the cubic volume of the room. So length times width times height gives you the cubic volume. This is a dominant size room, and we were able to achieve that THX rating for this size room with all the speakers we have in here, which is a really amazing accomplishment. And of course, when you, as we talked about, when you listen to it and you experience what we've done in here, it's absolutely amazing. And so we're really proud of that certification.
And it really was incredible. A few of us from Audio Advice got to sit in here, watch some of our favorite demo cuts. Specifically for me, one of my favorites is the ride with Henry Ford from Ford vs. Ferrari. In the scene where they cut to the hangar, where Carroll Shelby has Henry Ford in the car with him, in the prototype car, you can actually hear the car, not just behind you, but you can actually hear it pan behind you as it moves through the track. And that was something I've never heard in a theater before. Very, very cool. In a theater of this caliber, source material obviously becomes incredibly important. Adam, what are you using for sources in here?
Primary source is going to be a Kaleidoscape server. We've got Kaleidoscape players for both the main theater and for our bar theater. That's what we use 99.9% of the time. Kaleidoscape provides absolute bit-perfect movies, all digitally downloaded. We also have an Apple TV when we want to show Netflix or something streaming like that, Apple Music, if we so need to. And then we've got cable boxes, so if we want to watch local TV, local sports, things like that. And then of course we have 2 Sony Blu-ray players, one for the theater in here and one for the bar theater out front.
Very cool. Yep. And you guys know we love Kaleidoscape. It is the best movie source, hands down, on the planet. If you want more information on Kaleidoscape, we have a full review on that, both written and video, and we'll link that in the description for you. All right, Adam, thank you so much for showing us around today. We have had a blast here at the KEF Music Lounge, checking out all of the fantastic KEF products and this amazing theater.
Thank you to Audio Advice for coming. We know it was a long trip to get up here to New Jersey. And for any of you at home, please take a look at Audio Advice's website, take a look at their theater designer if you have any questions or interested in designing your own KEF theater. And also, if you're in the Carolina areas, both the Charlotte and Raleigh stores of Audio Advice are now fully stocked with KEF, both in stock, and a lot of our products are on display. So you can hear the new LS60s, you can hear some of the new reference, new R series, LS50s. Almost all the product is there for you to get your hands on and experience in store.
We've had an amazing time. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications when we post a new video, and we'll see you next time.